Hey guys, today for math we are doing lesson 7.4, which is dividing by 3. It's page 265 of your GoMath book. Get your math book out and then follow along with me. For Unlock the Problem, it says, for field day, 18 students have signed up for the relay race. Each relay team needs 3 students. How many teams can be made? What do we need to find? We're trying to find how many teams can be made. So write that on the lines. And then it says circle the numbers that we need to use. So we need to use that there's 18 students and 3 on each team. So we can make equal groups by looking at 18 counters and circling as many groups of 3 as we can. So 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups, 6 groups. So there are 6 groups of 3. So 6 teams can be made. 18 divided by 3 is 6, or 18 divided by 3 is 6 that way. Okay, next page. We can also use a number line. You can start at 18 and count back by 3s as many times as you can. Complete the jumps all the way on the number line until you get to 0. And then count the number of times you jumped back 3. So 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps, 4 jumps, 5 jumps, 6 jumps. So 6 jumps. You don't have to number them, but if you want to, you can. And then you can also use related multiplication. Since division is the opposite of multiplication, think of related multiplication facts to find 18 divided by 3. So 6 times 3 is 18. So 18 divided by 3 would be 6. What if 24 students signed up for the relay race? There were 3 students on each team. Write the related multiplication fact you would use to find the number of teams. So 3 times what number equals 24 would be the multiplication sentence. And then the division sentence would be 24 divided by 3 equals, and then the number. So we know that 3 times 8 is 24. So 24 divided by 3 is 8. You could also draw circles if you needed to check yourself. But if you remember your multiplication facts, then you should be able to just use the related facts to figure that out. Then it says circle groups of 3 to find 12 divided by 3. So I'm going to circle groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. The related multiplication fact would be 4 times 3 is 12, right? So 4 times 3 is 12. 12 divided into groups of 3 would give you 4 groups. 6 divided by 3. So if I needed to check myself, I can draw 6 circles and circle groups of 3, which gives me 2 groups. 14 divided by 2. You can draw circles if you need to. Circle groups of 2. And I have 7 groups of 2. 21 divided by 3. Let's do a related fact. So 3 times what equals 21. And you know that 3 times 7 is 21. So 21 divided by 3 is 7. Then we have 30 divided by 5. We can do multiplication or draw a picture or just remember. Count by 5 so you get to 30. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So there's lots of different ways to figure out the facts. This next page, do by yourself and then we'll go over it together. So pause the video and answer them all, and then come back and check it with me. Okay, 9 divided by 3 is 3. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 24 divided by 3 is 8. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 40 divided by 5 is 8. 60 divided by 10 is 6. 20 divided by 10 is 2. 27 divided by 3 is 9. 0 divided by 3 is 0. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 20 divided by 5 is 4. 18 divided by 3 is 6. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 35 divided by 5 is 7. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 70 divided by 10 is 7. 30 divided by 3 is 10. 50 divided by 10 is 5. Oops. Then down here, you have to decide if you are adding these two numbers on this side. So you're trying to make both sides equal. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. So then we need, what can you do to 25 to get 5 as the answer? So 25 divided by 5 is going to equal 5. So you have to do division to get the both sides equal 5, because 5 times 5 is 25. So if we do the reverse, or the related facts of 25 divided by 5, we'd equal 5. So 3 times 3 is 9. So then what can you do to 6 and 3 to get to 9? You're going to add, what 6 plus 3 is 9. Okay, so we can add them. If we subtract 6 minus 3, we get 3, so that's not equal. 6 times 3 is 18, that doesn't equal the same thing. And 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we have to add those two. So we have to add to make both sides equal 9. 24 minus 16. Remember, you can draw it over here, so you can line them up on top, so you can borrow. 14 minus 6 is 8. 1 minus 1 is 0. So this side is 8. So what do we need to do to 16 and 2 to get to 8? So 16 plus 2 would be 18, so that doesn't equal 8. 16 minus 2 is 14. 16 times 2 is 42, or 32, sorry. And 16 divided by 2 gives us 8. So we need to divide this one so that both sides equal 8. Down here, we need to do the side that gives us both numbers first. So 13 plus 19 is 32. So we have 8 and 4 over here. So 8 plus 4 would be 12, which doesn't equal 32. 8 minus 4 is 4. That doesn't equal 32. 8 times 4 is 32. And 8 divided by 4 is 2. So multiplying 8 and 4 together would give us the same answer. Down here we have 6 times 2 on this side, which we know is 12. So what do we need to do to 14 and 2 to make it equal 12? 14 plus 2 is 16. 14 minus 2 is 12. 14 times 2 is 28. And 14 divided by 2 is 7. So subtracting 2 gives us 12. Then for 35, 21 divided by 3 is 7. 5 plus 2 is 7, so that works. Let's check the other ones. 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 times 2 is 10. And 5 divided by 2 you can't do. So by adding those two numbers together, we get a 7. That makes both sides equal 7. Okay? So that's how you get the bottom numbers. You have to make both sides equal to the same number. And then the last page for today, you need to look at the table, and it has activities for the field day events and the number of students that can do it. Number 36, there are 5 equal teams in the relay race. How many students are on each team? Write a division equation that shows the number of students on each team. So what's the total number of students? For the relay race, there's a total of 25 students. They're split into how many groups? It says there's 5 equal groups. So 25 students divided by 5 equal groups means that there are 5 students on each team. So 5 students. Number 37. Students doing the jump rope race and the beanbag toss compete in teams of 3. How many more teams participate in the jump rope race than the beanbag toss? Explain how you know. So let's figure out the jump rope race. I'm going to put a J for jump rope. And there are 27 total kids competing, divided into groups of 3. So there are 9 teams. Then for the beanbag toss, there are 18 total kids divided to groups of 3. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So there's 6 teams. And then it says how many more teams participate in the jump rope race than the beanbag toss. So how many more? Whenever we see that, we know we have to do subtraction. So we need to subtract the 9 teams minus the 6 teams for the beanbag toss. So 9 minus 6 is 3. 3 more teams. Because it wants us to explain. So we figured that out because we found the difference between the two totals. All right, and then for 38, it says, what's the question? Michael puts 21 sports cards into stacks of 3. The answer is 7 stacks. So, what multiplication, division, addition, subtraction sentence can we write with those numbers? So 38, we have 21 and 3, which are the two numbers, and that equals 7. So think about what we did on the last page over here, where we had to figure out what missing sign is. So 21 plus 3, 21 minus 3, 21 times 3, or 21 divided by 3. What do we need to put in the middle right here to make the answer 7? 21 plus 3 is 24, so that's not right. 21 minus 3 is 18, so that's not right. 21 times 3 is 63. 21 divided by 3 is 7. So we're missing a division sign in the middle. So the math problem would be 21 divided by 3, which gives you 7. And the last one is Olivia buys 24 beanbags for field day. She buys 3 equal packs. How many beanbags are in each pack? (24) divided by 3 equals what? If you said 8, great job. And that is all you have to do for math today. So you can put that away and check your Simple Solutions book. And I will see you tomorrow.